With stories of failing schools and their students abundant, news of a publicly funded school with a majority of graduates becoming productive, successful people is a change to be noted.
We run about 70 to 75% placement for all of our cadets that graduate the program. That's just becoming a productive young person back in their community, a tax-paying young person, whether it be enlistment in the military or getting a job or continuing education.
I don't really know what I'd be if I wasn't here. I basically came from a life where I was surrounded by drugs.
Kids that are recruited to attend the academy are kids that have had problems in the public school, have either been released from the school system, or it's a kid that may have been out of school for some time.
I didn't do anything in the classroom, sir. I mean, the schoolwork was never hard, but I just chose not to do it.
Ended up on the wrong side of the law.
Pretty much just surrounded with drugs and alcohol and all kinds of other stuff.
But this gives those kids an opportunity in which they can come in and have some overall structure, have someone that's looking over them 24/7, guiding them in the right direction.
So yeah, it was kind of rough. I was in the drugs, gang banging, UUMV, unauthorized use of a motor vehicle.
Funded by the Department of Defense rather than public education, Thunderbird Youth Academy provides a tightly controlled structure for students in a quasi-military environment that can be likened to the tying of tomato plants to a fence rather than having them freely sprawling on the ground. The resultant fruit for that person, like that of the tightly controlled vine, is remarkably better.
We try to paint the program in a very true light, so they know they're going to be getting up at 5 o'clock in the morning and doing PT.
To be honest, it's been quite rough here, but I've learned to adjust a little more and really just learn how to control myself and be more disciplined, sir.
The quasi-military is using the structure and discipline of the military, and when you explain that to a 16-year-old, this is different. If you're a different learner, you're going to learn. You may learn the hard way, but you're going to learn here.
Mark.
At high school, the teachers couldn't really do anything if somebody was acting up, so we always had setbacks. But here, there's not really setbacks.
The last public school I was at, when a child misbehaved in the classroom, you could send him down the hall to the principal, and he basically patted him on the back and told you to be more understanding. They came back and did the same thing. It was very difficult to maintain classroom order. It was hard to teach. Here, I don't have to worry about that. I know they're going to behave. If they don't behave, the sergeant will correct them, and they'll come back ready to learn.
School is a whole lot better here. Like, we go to school 6 hours a day. We stay very focused. After we get done with class, we go do PT.
I see people who tell me that they never understood algebra. They never understood how to simplify a fraction. But because they have that opportunity to concentrate, pay attention, do their work, they're mastering skills they thought they never were able to do.
Modern psychology says kids need freedom to grow, but it's the complete elimination of that freedom that for these troubled youth has led to success and stability in life.
I adapt. If there's an issue, I have to adapt to learning how to bite my lip when someone's yelling at me or I'm in trouble and not supposed to be in trouble.
And that was kind of my problem before I came here. I wasn't living with my mom at the time, and I had too much freedom. And I was kind of just going wild.
You know, group punishment, and then, you know, just silly things like mopping up the parking lot while it was raining with a mop or something like that.
One team, one dream!
Thunderbird graduate Sergeant Joshua Gibson credits the discipline stressed on cadets as the basic building block to his transformation from troubled teen to successful adult.
It helped me find that happy place in my mind while I was doing, you know, mediocre things, and, you know, just pretty much got me really just mentally tough.
It's a completely different environment. So we have structure, we have schedules, they know what they're going to be doing every hour of the day.
not saying sergeant, yes sergeant, or standing at parade rest while talking to the sergeant. So they end up doing PT sergeant.
You're in the middle area, reading a book by 2:35. You understand?
Sergeant, yes, sir.
All right, let's go.
A common complaint of teachers and employers of modern students is that they rarely read much of anything, being constantly distracted by electronics in the classroom and home.
Because we can't watch TV or be on our phones or anything like that.
No, that is one of the beauties of being here. They don't have that outside, those outside influences. They come to class and we go to the library, and some of them will really get into that reading, and they'll be like, I read X amount of books while I was here, and I'm like, you ain't got anything else to do, so you're gonna read, and they actually end up liking it. And a lot of them will start writing. A lot of them will start writing poetry, or they think they're going to write the next big novel or film script, and
the heavy testing schedules of modern public education is another thorn, which is nearly totally removed from the student recovery program.
Nope, we give them the TABE test when they come here, and that tells us where they're at academically. Take the GED test, and then they have tests in their classrooms just like you would in a normal classroom, and then at the end of the cycle we give them the TABE test again to see how far they've come.
Although the program is voluntary and students can opt or drop out at will, few do. For many, it is their last chance to retrain into a successful lifestyle that requires the instant personal discipline taught here.
Sir, no sir. I really just want to graduate, make my family proud, and prove that I could do something other than go to jail and get in trouble, sir.
And I just feel like I should do whatever I want. And then I come here and I realize my life was not as great as I put it out to be. And I come here and I realize everything that I needed to change, my flaws, my everything. And now I'm here doing the best that I can do as a human. And I realize I can have a successful life and do whatever I put my mind to. And I'm now Sergeant Major at Thunderbird Youth Academy, and it's insane. I didn't know I could do that until I came here and people told me I could.
Group 6, counter column march.
Mentor volunteers from outside the program track and assist cadets from start to far past their graduation in order to further ensure their successful re-entry to society as successful, happily productive individuals.
The mentors start their contact with their cadets during the residential phase, and they maintain contact all through the post-residential phase. In fact, that's where the real mentoring takes place, is when the cadets graduate and they go back home. Because cadets are going to be going to the same environment, same family dynamics, so they're going to need that extra support when they go back home.
I think that it's really hard to believe in yourself if somebody else doesn't believe in you. And I also believe that you've got to be out of that environment in order to change. You have to be taken out of an environment, and kids have to be shown, and this gives them that opportunity.
Get set, go!
The constant use of physical training to instill the discipline that makes graduates successful in life leads to heightened fitness, a fitness that is tested once each cycle between youth academies from other states in what is called the Commandant's Challenge.
Oh my goodness. It's to challenge the academies, New Mexico, Texas, Oklahoma, to see how hard they work throughout the year, to bring them together and show off their academies, earn their title as an individual and as a team.
You have to find the pennies with the white dots on the back of them and add it up.
The array of sporting events in the challenge is as unique as the discipline programs they arise from.
Given me more self-respect and respect for others. It just made me think about tomorrow, and what I do today determines what I can have tomorrow or what can be taken away from me tomorrow. Don't drop me. I trust you guys. I trust you guys. It makes me think about my future a lot. Oh, God.
Hang on. Hey, stop. Go through. Pick her up.
Oh my gosh.
It's on my foot.
Michael Walls.
TYA, be my #1 fan. It was wonderful. Michael Walls, Thunderbird Youth Academy, pick me.
At the center of it all is the purpose.
The main thing is it gives them an opportunity to learn discipline from an individual standpoint and also from a team standpoint. Each one of the events that they go through are not only individual events, but it's basically an opportunity for team points to be built up also.
Made me realize I want to quit so bad, but I just gotta keep going. I just gotta have the confidence in myself to do it. And I've got a lot of people who are here to motivate me. And it's awesome. I've never had that many people cheer me on to do something. It feels really great. It makes me feel good about myself, even though I feel like I'm about to die.
Going against the grain of modern, unfettered freedom for all, instead tying youth to a tightly controlled environment filled with instant physical discipline for every infraction. But for mail letters and weekend calls, the removal of all contact with an outside world, 7 days a week, 24 hours a day for 6 months brings a change. A change that students who endure to the end speak fondly of as the tool that brought the change.
Total, 180 from what I was doing, and I really wouldn't know, without Thunderbird Youth Academy, wouldn't know where I would be at right now. And the end product is myself. I'm an E5, air traffic patrol, doing pretty well for myself, civilian-wise, and just total huge transformation.
For the Oklahoma National Guard, I'm Army Master Sergeant Vincent Donaldson.